What do you do on the days you don't feel like showing up? Not because anything is wrong, but just because you're tired, because your energy is low and everything just feels a bit heavier. These are the days that truly shape our home. It's not just the good days, but it's in the ordinary ones. Today, we're going to be talking about how to stay consistent, even when you don't feel like it. By the end of this episode, you'll understand how to stay steady and consistent in your home. Even on the days where motivation is low, you can still build something that lasts. One of the biggest misconceptions is that we need to feel motivated to show up, that we need to feel well rested, that we need to be energized and ready to really seize the day. But in fostering, that's just not realistic, because your days and your nights, they don't always allow for that. And not just in fostering, but just in parenthood alone, in life. You don't always get to just pause in the day because you're tired. You don't always get to have a full night's sleep. And you don't get to delay your emotions or other people's emotions or behaviors or even the responsibilities. So if everything is dependent on how you feel, your home will feel really inconsistent. People won't know how to be around you. They won't know what to do. They won't know how to behave. They won't know what to expect. And this is the shift that we need. We don't build our homes on how we feel. We build our homes on what we choose. And that has to be consistency. Because when we create consistency within our homes, that actually creates safety, predictability, and stability. And honestly, this matters more than just having a perfect day. And this is something that I've come to learn over the years. There are going to be many days when I don't feel like doing anything. There are going to be days when I feel tired, when I feel stretched. But I have learned to build small systems into my day that I can rely on, and it doesn't depend on how I feel. And these are just simple things, simple systems like getting up and making my bed, resetting my space, keeping a calm tone, and quite often just having conversations that promote life into people. And no, it's not going to be perfect every time, but I try and do this consistently, time and time again. And that creates a home that feels steady. So this is why having systems matter so much, because when we have systems, they don't depend on your mood. They will carry you even when your energy is low. So you're not left thinking, well, I need to do all of this, but I don't feel like it. No, instead, you get to follow what you've already decided. And that reduces so much pressure. You can schedule out for your week. What are the things that need to be done? What systems can you build and put into place to allow everything to still get done? And what I've come to learn is this actually reduces so much pressure off me. Consistency doesn't mean that we have to do everything, but it does mean that we get to do a few things regularly, whether that be each and every day or at least once a week. So it could be things like how you speak. For me, I have changed how I speak in my home. I try to be more intentional with what I have to say and how I say it. And I try to speak life into people, into situations, into everything that I can. And it can be so easy to get stuck in that broken system of tearing others down, tearing ourselves down. But what I've come to see is this one thing has completely changed the dynamic of our home. Just this simple system, how I respond, it's completely changed so much. So you can change how you respond, how you reset your home, how you can do small things, and how you can do them often. And that is going to build so much stability within your home. And one thing that I love, and I'm going to pull this back into scripture, is in Galatians 6:9. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. So it's not about doing everything perfect, but it is about continuing steadily each and every day. And this is the part that really changes things, because you don't need to feel ready to show up. You just need to take that next steady step. Because when we build stability in our home and build these systems, it's not going to be in these big moments. They're not the things that shape our homes, but it is those ordinary days. It's in those quiet decisions that we make on our own. It's in our consistent responses. And truly, this is where trust is built within our homes. So if today feels like one of those days where your motivation is just low and you feel tired, let this just be a gentle reminder to you that you don't have to do everything, and you don't have to change everything in your life all at once. But you can start to be consistent in the things that matter to you. And over time, this creates something strong. It creates steady and lasting environments. There's going to be times where other things around us, they're not going to last. And that's just the reality of our jobs. People are going to come, people are going to go, and things can change really quickly. But when we get to stay consistent in who we are and in what we're building, that will last a long time. That will keep us going. Regardless of who comes and who goes, we will build strong foundations within our homes. Find one thing today that you can start implementing, and I highly recommend we start with just the simple system of making your bed. And this is something as well that we can teach the children in our homes to do. Because when we can start the day right, we allow ourselves to open so many more doors throughout the day. When we have already achieved the first goal, the first system, the first thing off our to-do list, it gives us momentum to want to keep building. So start today, get up, make your bed, and build the system, not a routine. The system is, regardless of what time you wake up, you make your bed. Routines can feel harsh and heavy, and they don't always work for everybody. But systems, they allow us the freedom and the flexibility, but also it keeps us accountable to what needs to be done. So today, simply start with making your bed. Commit to it for the next 30 days and see how you feel by the end of it. And share it in this community. Share in the comment section. And even if you come back each and every day or once every couple of days and let us know that you've been making your bed and how that makes you feel. Because when you can do it for yourself, you can share with the others in your home and help them to start making their bed, help them to start building systems in their lives that can support them as they learn, as they grow, and as they move on from living with you. Thank you for being a part of the Fostering Kingdoms community. I'd love to just invite you to be an active member today, simply by liking this video, subscribing to our podcast, or even sharing this video with a fellow foster carer. We have resources and support over on our website at FosteringKingdoms.com. But if you're not ready to leave yet, don't worry, we can hang out some more.